Everyone. This is R. Vahita, Assistant Professor of Computer Science and Engineering Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am here to explain a few concepts of cloud computing. We are going to see about representational state transfer, which we shortly call it as REST. APIs are for software components, a way for software to interact with other software. The web services are a set of rules and technologies that are able to or more enable two or more components on the web to talk to each other. Not every API is a web service. The REST API is a web service. It is an API that follows the rules of REST specification. A web service is defined by the rules, that is, how the software components will talk, what kind of messages they will send to each other, and how the requests and responses will be handled. Now, let us see about HTTP and REST. HTTP is an application layer protocol for sending and receiving messages over a network. The REST is a specification that dictates how the distributed systems on a web should communicate. The REST is a way to implement and use the HTTP protocol. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and REST and systems of systems. The SOA focuses on loosely coupled software applications running across different administrative domains based on common protocols and technologies such as HTTP and XML. The SOA is related to early efforts on the architecture style of large-scale distributed systems, particularly the representational state transfer, that is REST. It will still provide an alternative to the complex standard-driven web services technology. It is used in many Web 2.0 services, and the REST is a software architecture style for distributed systems, particularly distributed hypermedia systems such as a World Wide Web. The applications are Google, Amazon, Yahoo, Facebook, and Twitter. Advantages are simplicity and ease of being published and consumed by clients. The resource identification through URIs. The RESTful web services exposes a set of resources which identify the targets of interactions with their clients. The key abstraction of information in REST is a resource. Any information that can be named can be a resource, such as a document or image or a temporal service. A resource is a conceptual mapping to a set of entities. Each particular resource is identified by a unique name, or more precisely by a uniform resource identifier, which we call it as URI. URI is of type of URL, providing a global addressing space for resources which is involved in an interaction between the components as well as facilitating service discovery. The URIs can be bookmarked or exchanged via hyperlinks. URIs provide more readability and the potential for advertisement. Now let us see about uniform constraint interfaces. The interaction with RESTful web services is done via the HTTP standard client or server cacheable protocol. Resources are manipulated using a fixed set of 4 CRUD, that is create, read, update, and delete verbs or operations. So they are put, get, post, delete. Put creates a new resource. The resource can be destroyed by using delete, and get retrieves the current state of the resource, and post transfers a new state onto the resource. Self-descriptive message. A REST message which includes enough information to describe how to process a message. So this enables the intermediaries to do more with the message without passing the message contents. So in REST, the resources are decoupled from their representation so that their content can be accessed in a variety of standard formats: HTML, XML, MIME, plain text, PDF, JPEG, JSON, etc. REST provides multiple alternate representations of each resource. Metadata about the resource is available and can be used for various purposes: cache control, transmission error detection, authentication or authorization, and access control. The hardware abstraction level is the stateless instructions. The REST instructions are stateless. Message does not depend on the state of the conversation. Stateless communications involves or improves the visibility, reliability, and increase scalability, decrease the network performance by increasing the repetitive data. REST advantages or RESTful web services can be considered an alternative to SOAP, Stack, or big web services. Simplicity, lightweight nature, integration with HTTP. Now let us see about web services. It is often referred to as a self-contained, self-describing modular application developed to the used and accessible by other software applications across the web. This allows the client software to dynamically determine what a service does and the data types that a service uses, how to invoke the operations of the services, and the responses that the service may return. Once a web service is deployed, other applications and other web services can discover and invoke the deployed services, and it is defined as a software system designed to support interoperable machine-to-machine interaction over the network. A web service has an interface described in a machine executable format, that is WSDL, web service description language. The web services are remotely executed. They do not depend on resources residing on the client system that calls them. The web services technologies are SOAP, that is Simple Object Access Protocol, web services description language, that is WSDL, and UDDI, Universal Description Discovery and Integration. Simple Object Access Protocol, that is SOAP. It provides a standard packaging structure for transmission of XML documents over various internet protocols such as SMTP, HTTP, and FTP. A SOAP message consists of a root element called envelope. Envelope contains a header container that can be extended by intermediaries. The WSDL, web service description language, it describes an interface, a set of operations supported by a web service in a standard format. It standardizes the representation of input and output parameters to the operation, as well as its service protocol binding the way in which the messages will be transferred on the wire. Using WSDL enables the disparate clients to automatically understand how to interact with the web service. So UDDI, it provides a global registry for advertising and discovery of web services, performed by searching the names, identifiers, categories, or the specification implemented by the web service. Thank you.